Yep. Okay, there we go.
All right. So, a vote. A vote. Should I make Sylvana's character sheet viewable by you all, even if you're not intending on making her a permanent follower?
Why
I
not?
think might as well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do that, but I want you to know that she is the most power fuck follower. She's going. You're going to be tempted out of character. I feel to keep her.
No, I think it's in RPG conventions that you get
Against
someone's really strong, you have to give them up. They're the temporary, you know.
True, we
Yeah.
should just ditch Azora, too, for that matter.
That's not how it works in, like, core party members. When you get a temp NPC that is this powerful, they are
We got
whole
Brother
part
Lotus.
temp. That's
Well, he's
true,
not a temp.
but he's not as powerful as Sylvana is, apparently.
So there, you can take a look at what she's got going
Yeah,
on.
we can't.
Yeah, all we
Oh,
see
you
is bio
can't.
and
That's
info.
right. Hold on, I gotta. Yeah.
Naruto character.
Editing control all players. There you go. See, I did a thing with her moves.
Yeah.
Also, Neo
The
turned off the
names of
fan.
the moves, you might find them fun.
You did tell me about the rolling twice for damage thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Inexorable justice.
It's referencing something.
Oh, wow. Those traits, though, that's...
Oh man, a reference to my favorite thing.
And her class is Teenage Normal Ninja.
Teenage
What?
Normal Ninja Elf.
Oh yeah, I
Actually,
forgot she's an elf.
Does everyone have a class name? Follower Mage. Corim is Follower
Path of
Scout.
brutality, loyalty.
Raina is Follower Chef. Brother Lotus is
Follower
Follower
monk, let me guess. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Jailbird
Trapwise,
is Follower
Archer,
Artificer.
Oh, not what I expected.
And Russell plus the Hovel is Horse. Not and
Yeah.
carriage, but, you know.
Did you catch it? The name of her moves, though?
Path of brutality and something justice.
Inexorable.
Move.
Justice. I didn't follow, I'm afraid.
Oh my god. They're Vigor's barehanded beast things.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. That is cute.
Brutality and inexorability.
That is cute. I love that.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that snicker?
That Swede giggle.
Swiggle.
Huh?
The trickster. The trickster snicker of the Swede.
He's editing something somewhere. He's...
Oh no, up to mischief.
Is he up to mischief?
Let's see, wait. Are
Is he
you
up
writing
to
on
no-
Russell and the Hovel, Swede?
Oh no.
Where
No,
were you?
I didn't.
Where
You
were
better not be
writing?
drawing on the map. Hold on.
No, he gave Russell stats.
Oh.
And he's
Oh,
very...
Oh no, I did that last game.
Oh.
Hmm.
Nah, I did something.
I'm sorry, we can't keep up with your, you know, childishness. Your
It's not
immaturity.
childishness, Snake,
We're
if
just-
it's
we're not
genius.
Well, luckily it isn't, so... We can call it what it is.
We are what we are. In any case, last time you you followed Jailbird to an encampment of surviving non-mutated loose branch denizens. who who you convinced to help you out with the routing and investigation of their former allies turned into violent ne'er-do-wells who have been assaulting anyone and everyone who comes near Loose Branch. They accompanied you out on a little expedition. You killed a few on your way, and then you got into a bit of a tuffle, a tizzy, with a group of the mutated thieves. Saw them up close, beat them up. One of them, however, called out to you, called out to the encampment leader, Blake, and said that they come see them in Loose Branch proper and join or die, were the exact words before diving into the bog water and speeding off. You decided to then retreat back to the encampment to gather your thoughts and forge a plan, as well as bringing back some of the dead bodies of the mutants. And that is where we left off. So, you're back at the encampment. It's in the evening. Axe is carrying two dead mutant criminal bodies. And,
Wow, they're mutants and criminals. Is
yes.
it because they're mutants?
No, it's because they did criminal things.
Yeah.
And they became mutants after being criminals for some time, so...
I guess, man, what a life.
Azora does, go to Sylvana and sort of say, thank you for, looking after this one and your help in the encounter.
Yeah, she nods and says, I got a look into Thing's eye. Didn't look like a standard monster to me. Had the eyes of someone who knew what it was doing.
Azora, sort of nods and then just says, yeah, there's probably more going on here than any of us know. Well, we'll try and get to the bottom of it.
Aegis is going to try and study the bodies and probably have Nastrea help.
Alrighty.
Azora does also thank Nastrea for, keeping an eye on Sylvana, making sure.
He nods. Hold on, where is it? Let's see. Alright, so I guess we can discern realities on it?
That could be useful. Let me just pull up Aegis. Let me change me to Aegis.
What's your wisdom again?
Flat 0, I believe.
You can have Nastrea roll it for you.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Yeah. Plus quality, alright.
And Aegis will never get any more stats. He is statted up.
Oh, damn. So Nastrea gets 3 questions that she can ask me.
Don't you get stats when you have your second?
No, nah, it's only up to level 10, and then your stats are set in stone. You only get new moves.
What do you think Nastrea should ask me?
It's a tricky one. We're trying, you know what? We're trying to teach her to think for herself, be more confident.
Hey, Nastria, +1+1.
Nastria, what here is not what it appears to be?
Okay,
Yes.
so Nostria's going over the body with you. Sort of has like a handout, feeling around its, the energies within it. And after a while, she looks up at you and says that, wow, so this is something I have never seen. Well, she looks around and looks at Axe and says, well, I guess if I've heard right, I guess I've seen it once before.
Hmm?
This is, this body has two very distinct magical energies from it. One of the energies resonates much like that of a human being, but the other energy resonates like that of a mud shark, almost as if they've been combined.
Oh, they're fucking Chimera.
The hell? Oh yeah, that's what we're dealing with. He's making dang chimeras. And that would
Edward!
explain why they're swimming through the. That would explain why they're swimming through the waters here, quite as well as they are.
You know, in FMA, they address with the Chimera people, like Greed's Henchman or Mr. Marlin, Mr. Lion, like, hey, but don't you want to go back or whatever? Like, they never address. There's a lion in there too. Maybe the lion doesn't want to be combined with this guy. Maybe the fucking gorilla wants its original body back. Like, they only ever address it like they're just the human person.
Well, that's because humans are more important than animals. Fuck
Yeah.
animals, they suck. They have it coming.
But it's not just a person that was given some animal-like qualities. It's a person and a specific individual animal combined together. Like, do they have memories from when they were an animal too, combined with their human memories?
Probably not.
I hope not. That'll be fucked up. Imagine it with the little girl just getting her dog's memories. Anywho.
Would it be her remembering playing fetch with herself then?
Well, yeah. But anyway.
There are two other questions.
Yeah. Who's really in control here?
Let's see. Nostria, again looking through it, tells you that, okay, this one definitely seems to have yeah, she opens, like as like you kind of like cut open like the skull a bit, like she like takes like a magical hand, puts it over like the head, and thinks, this one definitely lost most of its higher brain function when it was made. So the one that was capable of speech, I have to imagine that it was, I guess, a more successful version of this.
So they get different amounts of intelligence. These are both people mixed with bull sharks.
Mud sharks,
Mud
yeah.
Sharks.
Yeah. So I get the feeling the one that spoke with very rough language, and it was just talking about people in Moose Branch. Maybe the ones in Moose Branch are smarter, organized, and the ones they had out in the periphery, I guess the ones in the periphery were the lobotomized ones.
One last one. What do you guys think? Because I think there's like a three of these are like could be very useful for different reasons. Like, what here is useful or valuable to me? That's probably larger investigation. What should I be on the lookout for will probably help us in the battle tomorrow. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably.
And what happened here recently, I feel we can already... Well, we kind of already got that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like knowing Neo, there's a decent chance we would just got, well, it seems he died of a massive trauma to the head when he was hit by an enormous axe, you know?
Well, okay, well, let's discount that.
I kind of think Lookout for is probably, I don't know, it's a bit safer, I guess.
Yeah,
But
and these bodies are already kind of technically useful to us, so... I'm just gonna go with what should I be on the lookout for, yeah.
Alrighty. So, yeah, she's like looking over it, and she just thinks, well, the mud shark capabilities here that it seems to have been augmented with. Well, one, hide seems a lot tougher, and from what I can gather, it has all the mud shark parts that would enable it to, well, breach out of the water. So, if you see any of these in future, if you see any of them go into the water, they'll probably be able to spring up real high out of there. That might be why they've still gravitated towards loose branch despite it being in the trees. It's a lot of diving boards, I guess, for them.
So what do we do with that information?
And then she just kind of looks, but it looks like the gills and the lungs have been are completely separate. They haven't been intermixed at all. Maybe if you can find a way to damage to aim for their gill parts, they won't be able to retreat into the water.
Right, we may have a weak point.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's good to know. Not that I was here for this, but yeah.
Well, Aegis goes and like tells them what they've gathered.
Also, I guess your color blindness cured on the way here.
Oh, good.
Aegis, your colorblindness was never cured. You were always colorblind.
Gonna say, well, Aegis is going around, telling people, like, weak point, whatnot. He finds Azora, just like, probably sitting on, like, I don't know, like a bench or something like that, maybe against a tree. So, just something like that. Sort of sitting there, like, has her head down and is, like, pinching the bridge of her nose. Seems like sort of frustrated or caught up in thought.
Something bothering you, Azora?
Yeah. You have a minute?
Sure.
Thinking about Sylvana. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing with her, or I don't know how to handle her.
Well, we only got to keep her safe until we make it to. Why am I struggling with words? Until we make it into Terrebone, and then hopefully there she'll find something. Whether it'll help her or not.
I don't want her to go down this path she's on. I don't want her to turn out like me, and I am trying to, I don't know, convince her. Otherwise, I'm trying to set an example for her, but I feel like everything I can say to discourage her is just rings hollow for me. I feel like I just am gonna sound like a hypocrite with everything to her.
It probably is hypocritical, but what's the problem? You know it better than she does. You've lived it for longer than she has.
I guess I just don't know how to approach something like this. It's not really what I'm good at,
Yeah, he just kind of like looks over to wherever Sylvana's at and then just looks back. Honestly, neither am I. But
You come off like it. Maybe
Yeah.
that's just compared to me, though.
she's fallen. You and Axon, to a smaller extent, myself. We all chose this. We all chose this life, or had this life forced on us by some means. She feels this. She feels the same way, and I don't think it's impossible for people to learn to walk away. But she's young and quite terrifyingly talented.
And, Azora sort of thinks, a while back you said something to her, actually. I've been meaning to talk about it. You talked about your dad, and you wondered if he'd be proud of you or think you were stupid for what you're doing now. If you were able to talk to him now and he was upset you had done this and, thrown away, or were potentially throwing away the life he died for you to have, or just, were risking your life like this, do you think that would change anything for you? Do you think anything he would be able to say would get you to stop?
Aegis ponders that for a bit, like, genuinely quite stumped. He hadn't actually thought to, what if he did? And then looks back and says, I don't think it would. I think it's ultimately... I think I've made my decision on it. I think
Then do you think there's anything we can even do for her?
Make sure she knows her options. I know how strange. I know with how much she's already done, but she's 15. She shouldn't even be leading this life. It's maybe arbitrary. It may be strange, but it's not. It's not something I don't even want her in the battle. I didn't want her in today's battle. I don't want her in tomorrow's battle. I do this because I feel that not everyone should have to step up to this plate. I enjoy this. I enjoy doing this. I love the thrill of a battle, but I enjoy it because I know I'm sparing. I partly enjoy it because I know I'm sparing someone else from having to do this.
Maybe it's all of us. Maybe we're all just hypocrites. You, me, your dad. Maybe we, we never want anyone else to do this, but we're always the exception. Maybe
I'm the biggest hypocrite of all. I've hired more people to put themselves in danger for the sake of keeping others out of danger. We know the risks. At least I hope we do. I don't know if looking at Sylvana again. Could she know the risks? She just seems angry at the world, angry at everything, and you and I both know that you can't kill your way out of anger.
I guess that's it, I don't think there's any point in trying to scare her away. I don't think, any amount of risk or danger or pain is going to get her to stop. I think it's more...
She has to believe...
I guess I just want to show her that she still has a chance to have a good life, that she does still have things to lose, I guess.
There's more than one...
She should try and hold on to them.
Maybe we got to show her there's more than one way to make up for the past, even if this is the way we've chosen to... Well, we're not fixing the past. We're not even brushing on that.
Maybe.
Axe is trying to fix the past right now.
Are you technically fit? Well, hey, look, it's a philosophical disagreement, okay? It's not,
We met someone who was trying to fix the past, and Azora fucking mega-deathed him.
Yeah, fixing the past is like a big crime. Well, doing anything to the past is big crime.
He wasn't trying to fix the past. I don't think that was not his motivation. His motivation was...
No, he was trying to fix the past. quotation marks Fix.
He was just trying to be a time wizard.
That's, a way of going about it. But yeah, no, Aegis is just thinking. Aegis is reflecting on that. Honestly, I barely knew who my dad was. It's basically, as I said, it's my first, last, probably only memory of the man. It gives me at least a pretty strong impression to leave, but I like to believe he'd be happy that in saving me, he not only saved his son, but whoever I went on to help.
Son, why did you let me die?
Yeah, that's exactly his thing, as he charged to fight off a bandit and save his wife and child. It's like,
supposed to back me up!
Like that scene in Man of Steel where like fucking Clark Kent's like father rushes into like the fucking tornado car and then just like looks back at like Clark or the fucking tornado kills him.
Zach's just saying that over my shoulder. It's like, I was fucking for you, cunt.
Stop, invincible son.
Like that was like the impression you were meant to take from that scene, but maybe he was looking at Clark like, well,
yeah, comment, son.
Imagine if, like, you were invincible and could fly and were basically a god, and your dad was, like, about to get sucked into a tornado, and you were going to easily go up and grab him out because you can fly and are invincible and super strong, and then your dad was just like, no. Kind of want to die.
No. Hey. No.
Yeah, son. I don't like you.
Don't let a good tornado go to waste. I'm off for the ride of a lifetime, son.
Anyway, let's see. So Reyna and is sort of assisting Australia with the autopsy. She's got the knives. She's good at cutting through shit.
Yeah.
And they're talking a bit, and then Australia looks concerned when Reyna calls over to you, Aegis, saying, "Hey, boss."
Oh yeah, Aegis. What is it? And walks
Yeah,
over.
Australia's looking at her in concern, and then kind of like looks away nervously as Reyna just sort of has cut through a bit of the fin and just says, "Would it be in poor taste to cook this?"
Somehow I knew that was what I was about to be asked. Aegis looks at like the thieves here, the villagers. Like, I think it would be, but
Well, I mean, it's just the shark parts, right? Not the human parts.
Alright, well, it's time for a moral debate on this one. Aegis, looks
It wouldn't be a Hemlock party if someone didn't consume
And then
human.
Axe tells it, did someone say shark?
Aegis
And
calls
dinner?
out, is everyone okay with us eating the shark parts of former colleagues?
Most of them just kind of sound in agreement. Like, yeah, as long as there's no human.
You can keep all the human meat off of this, right?
Humans
no, yeah, I'm
back
just
on
gonna
the
like make
menu.
some. No, yeah, I'm just thinking like shark fin soup.
By all means, then.
See, I told you it wasn't a problem. And then she just sort of pats Nostrea on the back.
Oh my god, did I just telltale choice, like, Nostria didn't want us to eat the shark people?
She's gonna remember.
Yeah.
She'll
She is gonna
this.
remember that.
I hear the sting and I'm like, oh, I've upset someone, damn it. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm just gotta blow my nose.
Nice.
It's bugging the shit out of me. Please go on.
Okay, so yeah. Shark fin soup is your dinner for the night.
Crunchy.
Zora's like sits down at a table. Oh, so what is this?
It's mud shark fin soup, I guess. Although I don't know what the whole splicing thing does to the flavor.
As Zora's like sipping some just what splicing thing? Wait,
Because cut it off the back of those bodies there.
Wait.
You. Azora sort of just puts her spoon down and just sort of stares at the bowl, not sure what to think of this.
It's just the shark parts.
Axius goes, brother.
Yeah, you're eating someone who's been through a similar dealio to you.
Actually just goes no, and he goes and eats dungeon rations.
Actually,
Nice.
wait, what was Axe merged with again? Was it a giant or
Ogre.
A giant.
ogre?
Oh.
Ogre.
No.
Okay.
Giant.
Oh,
it
a
was
giant? Oh, you've gone back and forth on that.
I always thought it
it's
was
because-
giant.
Yeah, it's a giant. I did write it down. I just kept forgetting. I kept thinking, oh, it's an ogre. Ogre, giant, same thing.
There should have been a Gullbrute.
I feel like it'd be way more gross if he was like half like Golbrew. Like he would be able to secrete some awful stuff.
Excuse me.
Axe is just a big, strong boy.
Do people eat giant? I don't think they do.
That sounds quite
Well,
yikes.
It is a giant undertaking to do that.
I don't see why it's yikes. I imagine that like giant meat would be like really tough though. Just like not very pleasant.
How about eating mermaids?
Yeah, fuck 'em.
Well, people don't like it because they taste soulless.
Well, eat
How
the bottom
about
half.
eating elves, Snake? Where does eating elves
You know,
fall?
you can't use me being an elf racist to just discredit what I say. And as for that,
Meanwhile-
yes, you would eat an elf.
Meanwhile, Aegis
I
is like,
imagine the meat
"No,
would be
this-
very,
this-
very lean.
This could have been a bit. This could have used a bit more elf in it.
I do feel like elf ears are probably like a delicacy.
Oh yeah, fry those fuckers up.
Oh, those would be so chewy and flavorless, but I mean, I guess so, shark fin, but you know.
So I did listen to someone talk about eating a seal flipper, and it was apparently it was like eating rubber filled with wallpaper paste. So, that's but yeah, no, it's like you wouldn't eat dwarf, elf, yeah, like you do with pigs, like you put them on the thing and you twirl them around on a spit. That's it.
This is getting like. I feel like this is
Ages.
like in danger of crossing into like horny territory for someone.
Well, not for me.
Well, now you were the one who mentioned it.
Yeah.
Make it weird.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like at the point where it's like with a spit roast pig, like that's officially getting like weird.
I've never looked at that and thought someone's getting the horn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like that's a pretty common like cartoon joke, It's like Looney Tunes. You'd be like, oh, over like a boiling pot, you got the apple in your mouth and all that. It's like I don't know.
I'm thinking you're thinking it's just you.
Showed your whole ass on a tabletop game.
Oh please, we've had this conversation.
So
Hardcore is gross.
So we have Chimera shark meat. That's fucking exotic.
Yeah.
Is it fine though?
I mean, her loyalty can't go up any higher.
Yeah, fair enough. This is just making her happy.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think Azora's gonna finish her bowl.
Aegisaur, I I don't know if Aegis will be able to eat all of it. Like, does it have much flavor at all anyway? Like, it's
Oh, it has quite a bit of flavor, actually.
good?
Yeah, very good.
Oh, okay, yeah, Aegis eats.
Have you ever had, like, imitation shark fin soup?
No.
I'm a fan of it. I can see why a lot of people with, like, a more Western palate wouldn't be. The texture's kind of like... It's not a type of texture that's in a lot of Western cooking, but I like it. You know, it's kind of slimy, I guess.
Hmm. Oh.
It's satisfying.
It's very, like, gelatinous and whatnot, you know?
So we eat of our shark soup.
Yes.
And we're ready to face another day, probably. Maybe not.
Yeah. The Nostrea Telltale thing. You know, I gotta say, I think the funniest thing I've seen of that might have just been because that was the only time I've technically played a Telltale game. Was in fucking Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
With goddamn
Was it the brothers punching the shit out of each other and you just...
No. The funniest, like, you know, bit of it, you know, like the we'll remember that type thing was the one. What's Javi's brother's name again? Oh man.
Oh god, I can't remember the bad guy. No, he's not the bad guy. I can't remember Harvey's brother's name. David.
The one where Javi's brother is the one where I just chose not to the fucking, like, where he invites Javi to just fucking stand with him on the edge of the fucking building.
And you go, just quiet, no.
And I just quiet, no, and it just pops up. He is disappointed that you did not join him on the edge of the building. Like, oh. Embrace death with me, brother.
No.
He's disappointed.
Fucking season 3 was fucking stupid as hell. At least it was better than season 2 and no one agrees with me.
Alright, so, yeah. Anything you do throughout the night?
I guess Aegis checks in on everyone, make sure there's no injuries, make sure all, like, everyone's, like, javelins are attacked, probably makes a few more to kind of stockpile up.
Yeah, everyone's doing fine.
Zora's gonna train.
Alright.
That is a roll. What? Do I roll again for that?
Isn't that something for the morning?
Oh, I guess. I don't know what time we were doing that.
I think with Aegis, what's more in particular is talking with Blake and anyone else who would know, like, okay, look, the plan tomorrow is we're going to Loose Branch. It's going to be a fight on their turf. We're probably going to be going up there. How the fuck do we get up there nice and quick without, like, just getting ourselves ambushed and killed?
Yeah, Blake just scratches her chin and says, so we're really taking the bait? Going right to Loose Branch?
I think we should.
You have something better in mind?
I guess we really want to take Loose Branch back at some point. I don't know. The fact that one of them was both able to speak and recognize me gives me pause.
Well, was it someone you knew?
I can't. If it was, I couldn't recognize them under all the shark stuff. But what I'm worried about is if they said join or die, are they gonna?
Actually,
can they make more of themselves?
That's the point. I thought this was a spreading corruption type of thing, but that's looking at the bowl of shark soup in his hand. You know, this shouldn't just be able to spread. I'm not gonna become a shark person because I ate this, am I?
You feel a tingle on your back.
Oh no. But anyway.
You go Super Saiyan.
There's still whoever they are, regardless of the fact they remember you, they're still leading that troop, and they're still dangerous. So I feel that
it's the fact that they're dangerous that I'm concerned about.
they were
With the
dangerous. They were dangerous today, and we all came out alive.
Yeah,
We
but
bloodied
with
their
the
noses.
threat it made, called me out, told me to come and said join or die. Are they? Can they make me into a shark person?
Maybe. We're not gonna.
Ah, shit.
We're probably not gonna work anything out just standing here discussing it.
Yeah. Guess I gotta go meet my fate.
Well, we're not sending you in as bait, unless.
Unless you want to.
Ha ha ha.
If only we had some way. Well, I don't think it would be all that distracting. But we do need to work out. We do need to work out a way into town, a way to open up, a way to give ourselves an opening to get in there.
Well, typically, we'd get into Loose Branch by, we carved ladder steps into most of the trees, but I imagine they'd be looking out for that.
Yeah, that's not a good way. That wouldn't be a good way to approach, especially when they have the number advantage. We'd just be butchered as we tried to climb in.
Hmm. She scratches her chin and looks back at you and just says, "That promise you made about staying out of our business should we get through this. You're sticking to that, right?"
You said I wouldn't take any jobs in here, and I'd leave you alone.
Right. And any secrets shared would stay secret.
So, yeah, okay. Aegis keeps eye contact with her, just waiting for them
There's
to
a
speak.
separate way into Loose Branch proper that I keep to myself for it's supposed to be for quick escapes should anybody decide to come and put Loose Branch out of commission personally. But it could also be used as a secret way back in. One of the trees on the outset, one of the ones that doesn't have the ladders carved into it, is actually hollow on the inside, and it functions as a secret passageway up to one of the huts.
Perfect. With that, if we, depending on how many people could move through at once, we could move our fighting force into the city, or at least a good size of it, and take them and once again get the element of surprise on them.
There's a bit of an ingrained ladder inside the hollowed out tree, and I imagine two people could be going up side by side together. But it could hold the ladder could hold as many people as you need. It is inside a whole tree.
Yeah, I call Azora over to kind of like,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Azora comes over.
Yeah, I bring her up to speed on, there's a hollowed out tree, and we're, it's a way that we can move people into Loose Branch without having to expose ourselves approaching the place.
Forget, do I have a move for this? I don't think I do.
But, the issue is that once we give up our element of surprise, the rest of the people will still have to climb up the ladder, and then we're just going to slowly trickle in.
It might make sense to have a small strike team go in through the ladder, maybe just 2 people or so, and then have a larger, have them come in with more of an element of surprise, make a stand, and when they divert their attention to come focus on us, then have a more straightforward, quick assault that won't have to deal with as much resistance since their forces will be distracted.
And the team that goes up the tree can try and focus on that intelligent mutant, probably probably a leader, probably the closest thing to a leader they do have. They can go after them, quick and clean. I do have a way for the strike force to get into town, though. I'd want to discuss this with you, Blake, and obviously, I feel it's something that would require a bit of precision and a bit of risk. Those bombs. Think we could blast a tree down, force a new opening into the place?
Well, I was hoping that taking back Loose Branch would mean taking it back and not blowing it up and having to rebuild it.
I'm not saying we're gonna drop a tree on the place and crush it. I'm saying we're gonna create an opening. Make a new ladder per se. I'm gonna check on that dog. I'll be right back.
That dog is going crazy.
Oh, fuck.
What's wrong, sweet?
I'm tired. I had a really good dinner, and I'm like,
Wow.
all my energy is going to digesting that fucking delicious turkey.
Sounds pretty bougie to me.
I know. My fucking dad and stepmom all bougie as fuck. Man, I could probably go to bed right now.
I don't think you should.
I don't know, Neo. I'm leaning backwards pretty hard right now in my chair.
I don't know. I thought that'd be a mistake.
I have a head pillow.
I don't recommend it.
Oh no! I accidentally pulled my bed sheet from my bed over here.
I think you should stop. And you should sit back up.
Is Sweet making fucking snoring noises?
Yeah.
Now, more than ever, women can buy our product.
America is tired of women.
That's like the fucking, like, that's so good. I can never fucking get over that. American
Why is
people are
America
tired of women.
Why is America tired of women?
The American people are tired of women. Sweet, do you have you seen that? Do you know what we're referencing?
No.
Bernie's really going after Elizabeth Warren now.
Tired of women.
Damn, Bernie red pill laugh.
I'm back. Oh. I'm back.
How was Marla?
She's fine. It's my coffee arrived.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh god, I could go for some coffee. Holy fuck.
I mean, if we take a break partway through the game, I'm gonna go and make a cup, so...
Only if.
I can't fucking... I don't have coffee to make. I don't have a coffee maker. It's been so long. I just want espresso. I want like a cappuccino so bad. Hell, I'd take like a fucking like Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee right now. I'm so desperate.
So, how do y'all? So you want to blow up a tree?
I propose the idea. I'm not saying we have to go ahead with that route. Oh, sorry. Is this in character? Like her asking.
So hold on. You want to knock a tree down to make another path?
Sorry. Actually, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe we don't need to blow up a tree. Maybe we just need. I essentially don't want us just climbing up a ladder one by one. That's risky and that's dangerous, and they'll know the routes. I want us to be able to create new routes, and I have an idea for that.
Are you going to impress us with how many ladders you can make?
I wasn't gonna do ladders. I was gonna basically do, well, essentially a ladder, but more like a ramp, you know?
Okay.
So if we get like that might be a lot harder though. Ladders would be more attainable. And also
Create a bicycle so that we can ramp up.
Yeah, that's what I meant by
just teach everyone how to vault.
Oh yeah, I'll make a bunch of pole vaults. And we'll pole vault up. Hey, they're thieves. They should be able to do this shit.
Yeah, that would look sick. Just teach everyone to jump really well.
I'll get some springs, and I'll make some wooden clogs that are spring shoes. And then they'll just bounce up there.
If we just had, like, a bunch of Arianas, this would be so much easier.
If only. So, what I'm thinking... So what do you think? Ramp or the hyper shit option of blowing up a tree and just dropping it on loose branch in the hopes that it will create something they can run up? Definitely get their attention as well, I'd say.
I mean, some ladders would probably be a bit more...
reasonable, and keep the bombs for if we need them in the fight. Yeah, alright, yeah, no, Aegis says, sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. Instead of making a ladder by blowing up a tree, I'll just go and make some ladders. You got any rope?
Yeah, we've got rope around.
Alright, that'll help. Yeah, so Aegis is gonna go and collect up wood, and he's asking how... Alright, well, few questions here. How high off the ground is Loose Branch, exactly?
It's about... it's roughly 12 feet off the ground.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna make a bunch of ladders that are, well, over 12 feet, because they're gonna be at an angle, and, yeah. And then Aegis does some, like, you know, he makes how many would you say is, like...
Gilbert mentions that she could just fly, up to, most of the,
yeah, well, this is for the non-flying folk. But that said, we can give her the bombs and ask her to do a bombing run.
Yeah, she can
Or what if she doesn't want to do it? What if she carries someone who holds the bombs and she just happens to fly?
That's like a very weird moral equivalency there.
I mean, she's just flying them.
I didn't kill them, the bullet did.
Makes you think.
Something Jailbird mentioned, she can fly someone up.
Who would be best airdropped in?
I mean,
yeah,
maybe Lotus. Well, so
yeah.
I was initially thinking for like a sort of smaller, like, you know, group first going into the tree to create some like shock and awe distraction, take as many people out. I was sort of picturing, you know, well, I guess I didn't care. You know, Zora was sort of thinking her and Lotus. Axe might be a bit big to fit up that tree.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would say him. So maybe just have like Azora, Lotus, you know. Maybe if like
Axe could fit.
Oh, he could?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe have us go and then have like Aegis lead, you know, some of Blake's people. or Aegis could be with Lotus or Axe or something like that. It's up to.
No, I like that. Aegis will lead the ground team while you guys head up in the tree. And the tree team strikes first or second?
No, first, because
Okay.
that way they'll think, oh, they're coming in through the secret ladder or whatever, or the secret tree route. So then they'll come to stop Axe and me, and we're tough enough that we can hold our own. And since their forces will now be distracted and trying to reorganize to deal with an assault from where we are, then you all can attack the main way and exploit that distraction.
That works. How many ladders would I be able to throw together?
We'll say 3.
Okay, 3. So, alright, we'll come in as 3, and hey, multiple you can get up a ladder, a ladder at the same time, and we'll be able to pick it where we come in, so we can come in somewhere undefended, get in the town, and then we still won't have the advantage, because we're still numerically inferior, but we won't be dying as we try and climb up ladders. Hopefully.
Oh.
Does this
So,
sit
where
well
are you
with
discussing this plan?
We're discussing it with Blake, probably around, like, campfire or whatever. We're not, like, doing it hidden away. We're trying to work out our plan of attack.
Alright, so people who want to listen in are...
They're free to, yeah.
Yeah. So, after, like, a bit of a pause as you're all contemplating this, Silavana does speak up and just says she wants to be in the tree.
You want to... Of course you do. You're protecting Nostria, same as today. She's coming up into the town with us.
Silavana looks at Nostria, who, just kind of perks up at her name being mentioned before seeing that, oh, I'm a pawn. Okay. We're being, like, putting her head back down.
You already know that I'm not comfortable letting a child fight in this battle.
She just kind of like wipes like her head and just says, "I ain't a child."
And I need someone that I know can handle themselves in a fight to protect her.
Nastya sighs and then, sort of twiddles with her dagger. And just thinks and looks around and just says, "Fine. At the moment the battle breaks out, I'm ready to go 100%."
Right. Make sure you keep Nostria at 100%.
At that, Azora sort of stands up and walks to her. God damn it. Much more serious, like gets up, just sort of immediately marches to her and just says, "Can I trust you in this?"
She looks up to stare you in the eyes and just says, "You can," and just nods and just says, "Yeah."
I'm gonna discern realities on her. Oh, whoops. What should I be on the lookout for?
Be on the lookout for, huh?
Yeah.
I guess be on the lookout for Silavana, obviously she she genuinely is like is taking the idea of keeping Nostria safe seriously, but from like her mannerisms and the way she's been looking around at the place, you can tell it looks like be on the lookout for her like be on the lookout for like her maybe trying some stuff when things are chaotic or settled down to screw over or screw with the thieves.
Like,